You have made it to le Grand Theatre de Bordeaux. This is one of the many beautiful neoclassical buildings in Bordeaux. Some even rate it the most beautiful, not only for what's on the outside, but also for what the inside can offer. The history of the Grand Theatre dates back to the mid-18th century, when a fire destroyed the old theatre. That Bordeaux, a stronghold of culture, would be without a theatre was unthinkable. So, the governor soon decided to build a new magnificent theatre. The chosen architect for the theatre was Victor Louis, a rather established architect who had previously designed both Palais Royal and Théâtre Français in Paris. The first plans were laid out in the year 1773, and the construction of the theatre began the very same year. The building was finished 7 years later, and the opening ceremony took place in the spring of 1780. Over the centuries, the building underwent several changes, the most notable one being the removal of the small concert hall in favor for the expansion of the lobby in 1832. Even though it has undergone some changes over time, the Grand Theatre of today is very much the same one that stood here in 1780. One of the most striking features of this neoclassical Grand Theatre is of course its main facade. The beautiful facade is decorated with 12 Corinthian-styled columns. On the top of the facade are 12 statues. 9 represent the art muses, and 3 the Roman goddesses Juno, Venus, and Minerva. From left to right, we first have the Muse of Music, Euterpe. Following her, we have the Muse of Astronomy, Urane. The Roman goddess of love, Venus, is next, and the Muse of Epic Poetry, Calippo. The next statue on the line represents the Muse of Dance, Perishore. After her, the Muse of Tragedy, Melpomene. Then, the Muse of Comedy, Thalie, followed by the Muse of Rhetoric, Polymnie. Following her stands the 2 Roman goddesses, Juno, goddess of fruitfulness, and the goddess of war, Minerva. The last 2 statues show Erato, Muse of lyric and poetry, and Clio, Muse of history. All these muses and goddesses together display what the Grand Theatre really is, which is a temple where emotions and expressions reign free. If you take a look at the middle of the facade, you will see a coat of arms with 3 French lilies inside of it. The French lily, also known as fleur de lis, was a symbol often used by the old French monarchy. While the outside of the Grand Theatre is certainly striking, many say the inside of the theatre is even more beautiful. Inside, you will find fantastic sculptures, grand staircases, and magnificent roof paintings. If possible, I do recommend that you spend some time by taking a look at what the inside of the theatre has to offer. The main hall is painted in the colours of French royalty, blue, white, and gold. During the end of the 18th century, the main hall could house as many as 1,700 spectators, which is actually higher than today's number of seats, which is 1,114. One of the reasons for this is that the original theatre hall had extra seats in the area where the orchestra currently is placed. Today, the theatre is home to the Opéra Nacional de Bordeaux, as well as the Ballet National de Bordeaux. Musical plays, operas, dancing acts, and much more is shown on a regular basis in the theatre hall. Ever since the theatre opened in 1780, it has been and continues to be the center of artistic life in Bordeaux.